What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a gigantic Wednesday pull list, because this week is just, it's so enormously huge. I believe there is something like 55 cover level picks that we're gonna go over in today's video. That in itself is probably gonna take 20 minutes. I'm gonna try to go faster than normal because there really is just so many amazing covers coming out this week. And then my pull list is bigger than normal. It's 24 books big, and that was a lot of reading to do. I missed out on 2 books. I couldn't find one, and the other one I just didn't have time to read. So we're just gonna go ahead and dive into today's video. But in case you guys are new to the channel, this is a video that's all about getting you pumped and excited for the books that are coming out on New Comic Day, which is this Wednesday, which is tomorrow if you're watching this video today. If not, it's Wednesday, March 26th of 2025, and we're gonna cover everything that I think you guys need to know about to be pumped and excited to run down to your local LCS or to go online and order some of these amazing comic books. So let's not waste any more time and dive right in to this week's huge cover level picks. So there are not only a ton of covers, but there are some big new books coming out this week, and we're gonna kick this list off with 6. That's right, 6 covers for Batman issue number 158. Now, if in case you are living under a rock or you're just getting into the hobby, Batman issue number 158 is huge because it is starting the 2nd volume of the, I guess, much anticipated Hush story. Now, Hush was huge. It was written by Jeff Loeb. It's going to have art by Jim Lee, and it did have art by Jim Lee, volume number 1, that is. And it's just, everyone loved it. If you are part of the Discord and you are part of the book club, you will have read that very recently, and everyone was like gushing over how good that story was. So everyone's really excited about it. And with a book this big, it's gonna have a poop load of covers, and there are so many. And I highly suggest you go over to League of Comic Geeks to check out all the other covers that are available for not only this book, but so many other comic books that are coming out this week, because I'm not covering everything. So let's go ahead and dive into these covers. And first up is Batman issue number 158. Like I said, the first one that I like is the cover E. It's the connecting cover variant done by Gabriel Del Otto. And after that is the cover D variant done by J. Scott Campbell. Pretty freaking good. After that is the cover F variant done by Dan Mora. I love Dan Mora so much. After that is the cover K. It is the DC Showcase wraparound foil variant done by Sean Murphy. Again, I love Sean Murphy. The guy is so cool. His artwork is amazing. After that is the cover L. It's a 1:25 ratio variant done by Lee Bermejo. Bermejo on Batman. So good. And then you get the Joker in Hush. Forget about it. After that is the cover M. It's a 1:50 ratio variant done by Simon DeMeo. So good. So good. You got Hush, the bullets, Batman being all wrapped up in the Hush bandages. There's actually more. Sorry, there's more than 6. There's like 9. After that are some exclusives. So these are not open order or ratios. These are exclusives you can get on websites that will have linked down in the description below. So first up is the Golden Apple Comics exclusive done by Jeehyung Lee, featuring Harley Quinn. That is a great Harley Quinn cover. After that is High Horse Comics WonderCon 2025 exclusive. So this was at WonderCon, which I think already happened or it's happening this weekend, and is done by Tula Lotay. Tula Lotay on Batman, guys. So good. And after that is the KRS, the Comic Mint Jim Lee variant, which is so good. This should have been the cover A for this series, because I personally don't like the cover A for this one. I don't know why, it just looks off to me, but this cover, now this is good. Now it does have a signature on the cover, and I'm curious because I do not know, is every single one of these actually signed, or is this just part of the artwork? I'm not 100% sure. But those are all the Batman issue number 158. Let's continue on. There are so many good covers for Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 6. We're actually going to start off with an exclusive. It's done by Puppeteer Lee, and it's coming from Afshari Comics. And it's Puppeteer Lee, man. It's so good. But after that, I like the cover B variant done by Sean Murphy. And after that, I like the cover D variant done by Joshua Swaby, even though she's kind of like hiding her face behind her arm, but the artwork is just so good. There are 2 more covers for this. After that is the cover E International Women's Day variant done by Jenny Frison. I think this is my favorite of the International Women's Day variants done at DC Comics by Jenny Frison. This one I think is my favorite. It is so good. And there's already a WonderCon variant, which is I think a black and white Virgin variant or something. But I like this a lot. And the last one for Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 6 is the cover F variant, which is a 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Dustin Gwynn. I love it because Wonder Woman, it depicts Wonder Woman as a child, and she's in hell. That's where she was raised by Cersei, but she made the demons love her, the demons of hell, and they're all like cute and adorable, and they're all like standing with her, and she's holding a baby demon. So cool. All right, moving on. Next up is the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 70 with the Marvel Rivals wraparound variant done by NetEase. After that is the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 70 with the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man variant in the 1 in 100 Virgin black and white ratio variant done by Scotty Young. Oh my god, such a mouthful. So cool. Featuring Scotty Young himself, like drawing all the different variations and tossing them out. So cool. After that, Ultimate Wolverine issue number 3 with the Ultimate Special variant done by Linnell Francis Yu. They've had a couple of these Ultimate Special variants. I wonder what makes them Ultimate Special. I'm not 100% sure, but this one featuring Colossus is bad freaking ass. After that is the Uncanny X-Men issue number 12, just with the cover A done by David Marquez featuring our boy Gambit. So good. After that is Uncanny X-Men issue number 12 with the variant cover done by Torrin Clark. Again, just a really cool Gambit rendition. After that is Absolute Martian Manhunter issue number 1 with the Diamond UK in the 1 in 5 ratio full bleed Virgin ratio variant done by Fabrizio De Tomaseo. It's just really cool, and I don't know how to get your hands on these Diamond UK variants. So guys, internet. That's what it's for. Use it. I just didn't have time to do it before recording this video. I was so far behind on my reading. It was crazy. But let's move on. Next up, Absolute Martian Manhunter issue number 1 with the cover I, which is a 1 in 25 ratio variant done by David Aja. My favorite cover for this new number 1. After that, Justice League Unlimited issue number 5 with the cover E, which is the International Women's Day variant done by Jenny Frison. There's something about this one which is good in both bad. Her face kind of looks like, I don't know, like I was kind of like stretched. Her neck looks long and her face looks kind of like deadpanned. I don't know. I don't love this as much as the Absolute Wonder Woman one. But we're moving on. After that, Fantastic Four issue number 30 with the foil variant done by my boy DK Ruan, not DDK, just DK Ruan. It's just, I love this guy's artwork so much, and the green and the orange and red, everything about this is so good. After that, Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween issue number 6 with the cover B variant done by Enrico Morani. Just an epic Mr. Freeze cover. After that, we got The Flash issue number 19 with the cover C variant done by Steven Segovia. Just so much energy in the running. So good. After that, Harley Quinn issue number 49 with the cover E variant, which is a 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Mariko Indolfo. Pick this up. Look at it. Look at it. It's so cool. It's Mariko Indolfo. It's Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn's pulling back. And if you read the little bubbles, it says, "Oopsie, this is not gonna be a 9.8." So good. I freaking love it. After that, Radiant Black issue number 32 with the cover C variant, which is a 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Jock. Jock on an indie on issue number 32, a 1 in 25 ratio variant. Come on, guys. This is going to be rare. This is going to be great. If you find it, pick it up. Next up, Black Canary Best of the Best issue number 5 with the cover B variant done by Joelle Jones. Soft spot in my heart for Joelle. So good. And this series is a freaking banger. After that, Manhunt Omega issue number 1 with the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by David Marquez. What a great rendition of Rogue. But speaking of Rogue, let's go on. Next up, Rogue the Savage Land issue number 3 with the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Pepe Larraz. So good. Next up, Rogue the Savage Land issue number 3 with the variant in the 1 in 100 Virgin ratio variant done by J. Scott Campbell. You got Rogue, she's in a bikini, you got a T-Rex chasing her down, and she's flying through her own, like, what's it called? Title? So good. After that, Rogue the Savage Land issue number 3 with the variant cover done by Lucas Warneck. I like her hair. It's like really big, and then everything is really big. It's so good. Next up, Power Girl issue number 19 with the cover B variant done by David Talaski. So good. After that is a cool cover. This is Thunderbolts Doomstrike issue number 2 with the variant done by Federico Vincentini. Like, come on, it's friggin' Bucky Barnes on a Ghost Rider motorcycle with the chains. It's so good. Next up, Doom's Division, issue number 1 with the Marvel Rivals Net Tease variant, and it is really good. After that, Godzilla vs. the Fantastic Four, issue number 1 with the 1/100 Virgin ratio variant done by Peach Momoko. I believe there is also a open order trade dress as well. After that, Thundercats, issue number 14 with the cover B in the cover U, which is a 1/25 Virgin ratio variant done by Delkin Shelby. Pretty good. I just like that it's Mumra, and it reminds me of the Mumra from the cartoon. But after that, Thundercats issue number 14 with the cover V, the cover W red background, the cover X foil, the cover Y foil Virgin, the cover Z 1/7 purple background, the cover ZA 1/7 foil red background, the cover ZB 1/10 purple foil Virgin, and the cover ZD 1/10 Virgin ratio variant done by Mark Spears. It's a lot of versions and a lot of very subtle versions. So guys, I know I went through that really quickly, but I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. But this cover featuring Panthro is so freaking good. After that, Hello Darkness issue number 9 with the cover B variant done by Jenny Frizen. The girl's like guts is falling out, it looks like, but it's actually a snake that's choking her. So good. After that is one of my favorite covers coming out this week. It's Hello Darkness issue number 9 with the cover C variant done by Mike Del Mundo. It's just freaking awesome. After that, The Seasons issue number 3 with the cover B, which is a 1/20 ratio variant done by one of my favorite artists, Ben Caldwell. So good. Freaking awesome. After that, Peacemaker presents The Vigilante in Eagly double feature, issue number 1 with the cover A done by Mitch Gerards. After that, We're Taking Everyone Down With Us, issue number 1 with the web store variant done by Scotty Young. After that, You'll Do Bad Things, issue number 1 by Gigi Cavingo. It's a variant cover. I think I said it was the cover E. I'm just going so fast I don't even know, but this cover is just, it's something just really cool about it. After that, Harley Quinn, The Fartacular, Silent But Deadly, issue number 1 with the cover C variant, also done by Ben Caldwell. After that, DuckTales, issue number 4 with the cover A, the cover F Virgin, the cover G 1/10 ratio, the cover H 1/15 foil Virgin ratio variant done by Ivan Bagarella. Just really cool DuckTales. Nostalgia, just filled with nostalgia. Love it. After that, we got some racy covers. We got Vampirella issue number 1 with the 616 exclusive variant, and this is the Jose Gonzalez Homage, the red variant, and there's also a white Virgin variant done by CEDRIC POULAT. I like it a lot, but her abs are so defined, like so defined, and her boobs are just like, but her face is va-va voom. Her legs look great. I don't know, I guess I'm picking it apart for no freaking reason. Both of these are great, the white in the red. I think I prefer the white more than the red. Which one do you guys prefer? Let me know down in the comments below. But next up is Vampirella issue number 1 with the Underdog Comics Archie 50th issue homage variant done by Nuno Pereira. Probably butchering it, I'm sorry, but this like classic style Virgin, and I love how everything looks old, like Golden Age. So freaking good. Pinup, I love pinups. But let's continue. How many more? Oh my god, 7 more. Next up, oh no, yeah, 7 more. Grim Fairy Tales issue number 94 with the cover D variant done by Ivan Tao. Next up, Money Shot Big Bang issue number 0 with the cover D, which is a 1/30 ratio variant done by Adam Cahoon. Now I put this on here for Ghost. You're welcome. Got some tentacles, sexy lady. You're welcome. After that, Money Shot Big Bang issue number 0 with the cover F, which is a black bag variant done by Tula Lotay. I'm pretty sure the white shirt and the white panties are not going to be there because this is a censored explicit cover, so probably going to have some boobies. After that, we got Lucky Devils issue number 1 with the 3rd print variant, but also a 1/25 black and white foil Virgin variant done by Jenny Frizen. That black and white is so good. It's also just going to be a ghost. After that, Magic issue number 2 with the 2nd print variant done by Pablos Villalobos. And after that is Defective Comics presents Savage Street Vigilante issue number 1 with the variant cover. Now this is from Kickstarter, so I'm not sure if it's still going on, but I'll link it down in the description below if it still is. And this cover is done by Mike Hiddleston. It's like a ripoff of Batman, I guess, but with Defective Comics. I don't know. It doesn't matter. This cover is so good. And hopefully it's still available for you guys to pick up because there is another cover for Defective Comics presents Savage Street Vigilante issue number 1 with the variant cover, which again, it's only a Kickstarter exclusive and it's done by Scotty Young and it's really freaking good. That's all the covers that I found. We got Kickstarter, we got exclusives, we got ratios, we got open order books. We covered everything that I could with the amount of time that I had. But guys, I'm running out of time to record this video, so let's go ahead and dive in to the books. No, dive in. Let's just go ahead and check out the books that are on my pull list. Now, as you guys can see, I didn't have it set up correctly. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at this. There we go. Now, as you guys can see, this is a big week for me. I already said there are 24 books here on the screen right now, but they are blurry, they are small, so let me go ahead and throw them up on screen right now. Guys, there are 24 books on my pull list, and of these 24, there are 3 new #1s, 10 DC books, 8 Marvel books, and 6 indie titles. Very light week for the indies, big for the big 2. Now, I did not read 2 of the 24 books, or I should say 21 books that I was supposed to read, and those 2 books will not be able to make the top 3 list. But let's go ahead and move on. There are no books on the chopping block this week, so that means we can dive right in to the new #1s that I think you guys should consider picking up, because I think the synopsises sound so freaking good. Alright guys, just a quick break in the video for me to ask you if you're enjoying this video right now and you would like to support the channel a lot. All you gotta do is smash that like button. It helps the video out in this channel so much when you guys do that. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back to those new #1s. All right, guys, 3 new #1s. I'm not gonna read the synopsis for these. I normally do, but I know this video is gonna be already way too long, so we're just gonna go through these pretty quickly. And first up is Absolute Martian Manhunter, issue #1. This is coming from the writer of Dennis Camp, and it's gonna have art by Javier Rodriguez. It's a new Absolute book about the Martian Manhunter, and it's written by Dennis Camp. Dennis Camp is writing the Ultimates over at Marvel Comics right now. I'm enjoying that, and I think I'm gonna enjoy this. And I've been loving all the Absolute books, so I gotta pick this one up as well. And this book does have that amazing 1 in 25 by David Aja. The next up is Peacemaker Presents The Vigilante, an Eagly double feature, #1. Now, this is the overall story is coming from James Gunn, but it's going to have 2 different stories, one featuring the Vigilante and one featuring Eagly. The Vigilante story is coming from Tim Seeley, and it's going to have art by Mitch Gerards, and the one by Eagly, or featuring Eagly, is going to be written by Rex Ogle, and it's going to have art by Matteo Lolli. And I absolutely loved the James Gunn Peacemaker TV show. I thought he did a great job on the Suicide Squad movie, and I'm just excited, like genuinely excited for his whole DC movie universe that he's going to create, movie and TV. Because I also enjoyed the Creature Commandos cartoon that was on Max. So overall, I'm just pumped for that, and the fact that he is bringing comic books to go along with all that stuff, I'm just really excited about it. So I'm picking up this, and it's gonna have art by Mr. Gerards in this. This is so good. He's one of my favorite top 10 artists. So I get excited when I see his art. And Vigilante is such a cool character in the TV show. But moving on, next up, the final new #1 is We're Taking Everyone Down With Us, issue #1. Now this is coming from the writer of Matthew Rosenberg, and it's gonna have art by Stefano Landini. I'm excited for this because of Matthew Rosenberg. He is writing DC vs. Vampires. He wrote the first series with James Tynion the fourth, and he is writing the current series all by himself, and it's freaking fantastic. So I like him as a writer, and I'm just gonna give this indie a shot. Now I'm gonna go ahead and read the synopsis for this indie because I think it's important that you guys know as much as you can about independent titles. So let's go ahead and read this real quick. After her mad scientist father is killed by the world's greatest spy, 13-year-old Annalise is left alone in the world. Well, sort of. Her dead dad's robot bodyguard is following her around for some reason. Now Annalise has a choice. Try to lead a normal life for the first time ever, or seek revenge and maybe overthrow the world order in the process. Image Comics proudly presents a journey of regret, retribution, super spies, and pseudoscience, growing up in a global domination from brilliant artist Stefano Landini and OK writer Matthew Rosenberg. Now, there are some great variant covers for this, really good. And I just think this sounds really freaking cool. 40 pages, $4.99 for issue #1. Let's freaking go. All right, guys, those are the new #1s. Let's go ahead and dive into the top 3 books I think you should be picking up this week because the previous issues were so freaking good. All right, guys, in the number 3 spot, we're kicking this off with a Marvel book, and it's part of the Ultimate Universe. Is it Ultimate Wolverine or is it Ultimate Spider-Man? Which one? A or B? B or A? Well, I'm going to tell you because it's Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 15. This is coming from the writer of Jonathan Hickman, and issue number 15 is going to have art by David Messina. Now, this series overall is freaking fantastic. And why I'm really excited for issue number 15 is because what happened in issue number 14. Now, if you are living under a rock and you're not reading any of the Ultimate books, the Ultimate series is amazing because it's kind of like a what if or else world story. So we're getting the characters that we know and love, but with a little twist. Like in this world, Aunt May is dead and Uncle Ben lived. And Peter Parker didn't get his suit and his powers until very late in life, already in his 30s, and he has 2 kids. So this is all adding to so much drama, and there weren't superheroes and that type of things in this world already. No, they came later. So this world is starting to grow and blow up because it has superheroes and superpowers thrust upon it. And it's really freaking good. Now, the reason why I'm really excited for issue number 15, because there was a huge moment in issue number 14, like a gigantic moment, because this series has been building up the relationship between Harry Osborn, who is the Green Goblin, who is a quasi-good guy, mostly good guy, and Peter Parker. They've been building this friendship this whole entire time, and there was just gigantic moment. It was so good. They were being hunted by Kraven the Hunter. It was so good. It was such a gigantic moment, and I honestly do not know where this is going to go from this point forward. And it's just a great book. It's written by Jonathan Hickman, so obviously it's going to be really good. But it's so good. It is so good. There are some great variant covers. This is just a great story that you guys have to be reading, in my opinion. And that's my opinion. But guys, that is the number 3 book. Let's go ahead and move on to the number 2 book. So we're getting closer and closer to the number 1, which is the most exciting book. So what is number 2? All right, guys, the number 2 book that I think you should be picking up this week is Wonder Woman issue number 19. Not absolute, just regular Wonder Woman. Now, this series I've been talking about almost every single issue. It's written by Tom King and has art by Daniel St. Pierre, and the story is so freaking amazing. And issue number 19 is the conclusion of Diana's bloody war with the Sovereign, which is the new villain that Tom King created for this series, and it's been such an epic ride. 18 issues, and almost every single one was a banger. There was a tie-in issue for that Absolute series, or Absolute Power, or whatever, that was forced in here for like 2 issues, which wasn't very good, but the rest of it was amazing. It's quintessential Tom King, very wordy every single issue. You're reading a lot, but the story is so emotionally charged every issue. And it's really allowed Wonder Woman to become the powerful, imposing, beautiful, loving, caring character that she is supposed to be in an interesting way. I like her as a character now. Not just the Absolute. The Absolute version of her is super badass and amazing. But just this Wonder Woman is just, I like it a lot. I like her. And I like the fact that it's not just her. We get all the Wonder Girls on here. We got Yara Flor, Donna Troy, and Cassie Landsmark. All the Wonder Girls. Everything about this is so good. And the fact that Wonder Woman is like just showing this evil character, like, you can tear everything down around me, but I'm still going to come at you and I'm still going to come out on top. Freaking epic. So good. That is the number 2 book. So let's go ahead and find out what the number 1 is. How can it top that? Well, let's go ahead and find out. All right, guys, the number 1 book is another DC book. This was a huge DC week. 10 DC books on the pull list this week. The number 1 book for me that I am most excited about is Black Canary Best of the Best issue number 5. This is coming from the writer of Tom King and has art by Ryan Sook. This series has taken me by surprise. I really was not sure what to expect from this series because this is really focusing on a fight, a title match between Black Canary and Lady Shiva. They are fighting to find out who is the best hand-to-hand combat person, period, without any superpowers. And that's what I thought this book was going to feature about or focus on, right? And it is. That's a big part of the book. But the real guts of the story is why Diana Lance is fighting this fight. And it's incredible. It is so good. And it hits home for me because I lost my mom to cancer. And in this story, Diana Lance is fighting because her mom has cancer. And I don't want to say anything else because there are parts of the story that I would ruin, and I don't want to ruin anything for you guys. But just having that emotional weight is just giving this story so much, and it keeps you guessing because you think one thing is going to happen, and it's like, wait, she's not doing what I thought, and why is she doing that? She could ruin everything. She could just, why? And it's so good. And it's also Diana connecting with her mother because they were separated for a long time, and Diana came to her mother because her mother was the original Black Canary, and she's come to her to help her train for this fight. And the training is going so good. And in issue number 4, which I didn't know was going to be there, was the origin story for how Diana and Oliver Queen came together and became boyfriend-girlfriend. And it was freaking amazing. Now, I don't know if that's rewriting history or whatever, but it was one of the best moments. And there was also just a text message thread back and forth between Diana and her mother. And I was like, why do I see all these little cell phones next to each other? And is this going to be like interesting, worthwhile? And I was reading it, and in my head, I could see the person like texting back and forth, Diana and her mother, not the person. And it was so good because I could see that happening in real time, and it was just so good. This series is a surprise. I think that's why it's in the #1 spot, because I'm sure a lot of people aren't thinking, well, why am I going to pick this up? This sounds like a stupid story. It's the emotional weight of it that is so good. The building of a relationship back with her mother, the fact that she's fighting for her mother, the fact that their mother is dying and she's feeling that weight. It's so good. And adding Ollie into the mix, epic. So good. I love this series so much. If you're not reading it, give it a shot, especially if you're a Tom King fan. It's worth it. Ryan Sook's art is good. Everything about it so far has just been an absolute banger. I'm really enjoying it. That's the #1 book. But let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the books on my pull list, and the not top 3, but the books you gotta see. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to make this snappy, quick as possible. Snappy, quick as possible. I'm gonna try to go through this as quickly as possible. So I break this list down into 3 sections. The okay, which are books that I cannot suggest to you guys because they're only okay. The good, these are solid comic books. You should check them out at your local comic book shop or online. Just peruse them, see if you like them for yourself. And then there's the great. These are the books that almost made the top 3 list because they're just so good. They just get beat out by the other 3. Now there is also the did not read, so let's go and talk about those. They are Red Before Black. Issue number 5 comes out this week. I did not read issue number 4, so that book could not make the top 3 list. There's also Uncanny X-Men, issue number 12. I did not read 11 because I couldn't find it. I don't know where it is. Maybe it's coming in the mail. But that book could also not make the top 3 list. But that series has been fantastic coming from Gail Simone. Now, the okay is Laura Kinney, Wolverine, issue number 4. I think I'm going to officially chop this from my pull list. I'm not liking it at all. I don't like the art, and the story is just kind of whack. After that, Stand Still, issue number 8. This book has gone from the great all the way to the okay. Something happened over this series. It just kind of fell apart. They changed artists. The art is not good. In the story, it just doesn't seem as strong as it did at the beginning. Now let's move on to the good. Daredevil issue number 19. This series should be better. It's just, I don't know. The writer of Saladin Ahmed is just not doing it for me. The last issue did have art by Aaron Kuder, and when he's on it, it makes it so much better. It's so good. His artwork is amazing. After that, Green Arrow issue number 22. This series, issue number 21, was so freaking great. It elevated the story a lot, and it's so good. The fact that these townspeople, you really felt the anger behind these townspeople because their land is poisoned. A lot of them are getting cancer and dying off, and they're angry and mad. And that is where the villain has come from. But are they really a villain? So good. And the fact that Green Arrow might have caused part of that pain, it's making for a really good story. After that, Green Lantern issue number 21. I read issue number 19 and 20. And it's a solid start to this new story with the fractured spectrum, where there are people that are just popping up with these random emotional powers because the emotional spectrum is fractured. It's pretty cool. After that, Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 41. Issue number 40, I read literally right before recording this series. It's really good. Javi has his powers back, which is the Gunslinger Spawn. But I guess he is the weakest of all the Hell Spawns. I did not know that, and he fought an angel in this last issue. But he was protecting this dog the whole entire time. I don't know. It was really good. I like the fact that Javi has this connection to animals. It's different from the rest of the Hellspawn, which is really cool. After that, The Incredible Hulk, issue number 23. There are good parts and bad parts about this, but they have just gone in a weird direction. The fact that the girl, Charlie, has these lichen powers now is really cool, but she can like rip off her skin and become other people, and it's gross. And that's just happening all the time now. It's just really weird. But I do like the relationship between Charlie and the Hulk, and that's why I'm continuing to read this, because I want to see where this is going to play out. After that, Justice League Unlimited, issue number 5. Decent story. I'm liking it so far. Not great, not bad, just good. After that, The Seasons, issue number 3. Rick Remender telling this pretty cool story about 4 sisters, all named Summer, Winter, Autumn, and Fall? No, Summer, Winter, Fall, and Spring. And it's pretty cool. And you would expect when you see Summer, she's like, you know, the high socialite girl, and then Winter is like dark and brooding, and Spring is all full of energy. It's pretty good. And there's like this mystery carnival that's coming to town, and yeah, what's it gonna do? I don't know. You guys gotta read it. It's pretty cool. It's Rick Remender. You gotta check it out. After that, The Thunderbolts Doomstrike, issue number 2. Way better than I thought it was gonna be. Amazing art on the inside. I shouldn't say amazing. Really good art and an intriguing story. And this is coming from the writers of Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. That's why I picked it up, and it's good. I'm excited that I picked it up, and it has some really cool Thunderbolts characters in it. After that, Thundercats issue number 14. Fine. It's just a good series. This last issue was about Snarf with 0 words, so it was a really quick read. Kind of a little confusing to read. He was kept on jumping through these portals and to get to where he needed to go, and he went way into the future where Lion-O is that crazy character, Apex, and that's when we finally get some words and some actual story elements that I could follow, which is pretty good. After that, Wolverine Revenge Red Band Edition, issue number 5. Jonathan Hickman, Greg Capullo. The series is just good. I love Greg Capullo's art. The story just seems like another Old Man Logan story, which is why I'm not loving it. The Great Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 6. The end of the first arc of end issue number 5 was so great. It was so great. It wasn't the best, that's why it wasn't on the top 3 list, but it was so solid. In the very ending, nice little cliffhanger. Way to keep us really hooked into the story. Loved it. After that, Batman issue number 158. Obviously, this is going to be on the Great. I did like the end to the Chip Zdarsky run. He did a good job of wrapping up all of his storylines, which was fantastic. That's what I want when the switch goes over to a new creative team, to have all those storylines, at least the ones you cared about from his run, wrapped up. After that, Superman issue number 24, Joshua Williamson continuing to tell an epic tale. And what I really liked about this is that Superwoman is being really tested, and she's getting her first arch nemesis, which is a friend of hers, which is so good, so good. And last but not least, Ultimate Wolverine issue number 3. Really great start to this series. I'm really enjoying it. And the art by Alessandro Cappuccio is just so good. It's so good. But I do like the story for this Ultimate Wolverine. And this is a 12-issue maxi series, so we know that there's an end in sight to this story. But guys, that is the not top 3, but the books you gotta see. And it is the end of today's video. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, we are at the end of today's video. You guys ever feel overwhelmed? I totally felt overwhelmed before diving into this video right here. I was way behind in comics. I had to read 11 comics this morning before starting today's video, which I never do. Work's actually started. I'm recording this after work started 10 minutes ago, so I'm a little late to getting to the desk. And yeah, I just felt overwhelmed, and I gotta get this video out before Jack gets off the bus at 3:30, so I gotta get going. But I also really enjoyed making today's video. There are so many amazing covers, so many amazing books, new number 1s to get excited about. The Jim Lee, Jeff Loeb, Hush Volume 2 starts this week. There's just so much to be excited about if you are into comics. So I was overwhelmed, but now I feel kind of a partial weight off my shoulders, and I get to dive into making this video and get it out to you guys. So, whew. I don't know why I had to say that, but I did. But guys, if you've been watching from the beginning of today's video all the way to this point in the video right now, I just gotta thank you. You guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel so much. Now, if you watch that video and you enjoy comic book content, but you look down and you're not subscribed, I just gotta say, what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. Now, last but not least, guys, I will have 2 more videos this week. I will have my final order cutoff video on Thursday, and then hopefully on Friday, if not next Monday, maybe, I will have Probing Bruce, the first video where I get to just answer a bunch of questions that you guys left me in last week's videos, and I cannot thank you guys enough for leaving those for me. And I'm gonna record that tomorrow morning and edit it throughout the week. So, hope to have that for you guys on Friday. So have yourself a great week, a great new comic day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.